I'm going to put on some of this 3P cream while I talk to you. This will be my pre-shave today. How are you doing out there? I hope you're all doing well. We've had a lot of snow here, quite a bit, even for us, quite a bit more than we usually have been getting, and some pretty cold temperatures, single digits and teens Fahrenheit. Really not the kind of weather I like, especially after Christmas and New Year's. Who needs this kind of weather with all the snow and so forth? But they have plowed the parking lot and they've blown the snow off the sidewalks, so that much is good anyway. And unless you're living in a very warm climate, you may already have snow yourself, depending on where you're at. Probably not if you're living down under where it's summer now, and probably not if you're living in some place like Phoenix, Arizona. But otherwise, yeah, pretty cold winter. At least it has been here, but the prevailing westerly winds seem to bring it all around the world, I guess. So, you know how it is, climate change and all that. If you believe in that, which I do, I think there's something to it. That's all I'm going to say about that. I know you didn't sign on to talk politics or weather, but thank you if you are watching, and thank you for those of you who are new to the channel and those of you who watch regularly. Let me rinse my hand off here. Yep. We'll just continue on here. And I've already lathered my soap. First, let me show you what my razor is going to be. It's going to be this twist to open Gillette Red Tip. And in there on its second use will be a Gillette Stainless blade. Okay, and my brush is going to be this Zenith. It's a Zenith bottom of the line boar brush. I forget what millimeter knot that is, but it's boar, and it's an inexpensive brush, under $10, even imported here in the States. And they sell another brush that I think it's very similar and has just a different height on it, maybe a little bit taller brush, about the same price, give or take $1 or $2. I've lathered up in the Captain's Choice copper shaving bowl, and in there, I don't know if you can see it, the soap's kind of pink even after lathering. It's the let's see, what do they call this now? I've used this brand before. Well, it's the Extro Pirata, picture of a pirate on there. So that's what it is, in a nice heavy glass jar, and you can see how red the soap is before you lather it. This is still a little bit pink, as I was showing you. It may not pick up on camera. It's more white than it is red or pink. But let me go ahead and get lathered up here. Again, I hope you're all doing well out there. I spent some extra time off camera lathering this. It's not a hard soap to lather, but I wanted to get a really nice lather. This brush isn't broken in, and I've seen mixed reviews about these cheaper Zenith brushes. I've used this one other time on the channel here in another video. It's still relatively new to me, but I'm mostly going to just paint the lather on since I lathered it in the bowl. And we'll get started here. Let me just wet the razor. And this will be pass number 1 with the grain. Here we go. Got to be a little bit careful. Occasionally, this red tip razor, occasionally it can bite me if I'm not careful. If I push too hard. because it's more aggressive than the blue tip. And I'm not sure, I think it may be more aggressive than the silver tip or gray tip or whatever you call it, which is another Gillette twist to open super speed from back in the day. I believe this razor comes from the 1950s, but I haven't looked at the date code lately, so I couldn't give you the exact year and quarter. But so far, this is feeling nice. The scent of that soap, starting out at only maybe a 2 out of 10 in scent strength, it's building just ever so slightly. It's building and filling the old necessity room with a nice, pleasant scent. I'm not sure I could give you the scent notes on this. I'm not sure that they're written down anywhere, even online. But it's a nice, very nice scent. And I don't have a terribly sophisticated nose. I must have made a very pasty lather underneath all that foam lather because it took me quite a while to rinse the razor. That's why you'll see a cutaway there as I rinse, so just to save time on the video. Okay. Just to make the video not as long. What's going on in your world? It's pretty quiet around here, which is the way we like it. I'm just here mowing down the happy little trees and the happy little bushes that grow out of my face. Kind of like Bob Ross, the Joy of Painting guy. He was always painting happy little trees, happy little bushes and so forth, happy little rocks. But I can't grow a real forest on my face. By the way, about almost 2 days worth of growth, maybe a day and a half on my face today. Again, it took me a while to rinse that. So, anyway. Oops, I'm going the wrong way, aren't I? Supposed to be going against the grain. I'm jumping ahead quite a bit, I guess. I continue to enjoy the scent of this soap. It is very nice. In the Italian shave groups on Facebook, there was quite a to-do about this and other pirate-themed soaps and aftershaves and other products for a while. Especially this soap, which is a good soap. Some of these Extro soaps are available at West Coast Shaving, and I forget if I got this one from them. I know I have gotten some either soaps or aftershaves from them along this line, this product line. Others I've had to get on eBay. And it's difficult, but not impossible, to get the matching aftershaves for these soaps because, generally speaking, countries don't tend to send, they don't like to send alcohol in the mail, especially across foreign waters. I'll be right back, and then we'll go across the grain for pass number 2. All right, pass number 2 across the grain. Here we go. If this pass seems pasty, it doesn't on the face, but when I go to rinse the razor, it has seemed pasty. Then on the first pass it was that way, so I may add more water to the soap, to the lather, after this pass. I just didn't want to ruin the lather before with too much water. This is like a soft soap or a hard cream, a crope, I guess you could say. And I'm trying to see what it says here. I'm not too good at reading Italian, but anyway, there it is again. It's very beautiful, very nice. Nice heavy glass jar there. So anyway, flip the razor over, get this other side of my face. I love the way the scent on this, seems like it goes away for a minute, then it comes back, kind of sneaks up on you in a good way. It's a pleasant scent. I believe it's the type of scent you'll find yourself wanting to have again and again. I had seen this used so much in some of the Italian shave groups and maybe a few of the others that I just felt like I had to have some. Excuse me. Seems like the razor rinsed a little bit quicker that time. Not quick enough that I felt I could do away with the transition, but the special effects transition, that is the page turning transition. But still, I didn't feel I was rinsing it forever this time. And I haven't yet added any extra water to the lather in the bowl. Kind of a cologne kind of scent to this. I can't place it exactly. It's a nice scent. It doesn't smell like something that I've smelled before, though. It's different. Excuse me. Thanks also to Paul H., who used the conversational shaving brush I sent him. He used that in his most recent video. Although he's got another one coming up here soon. Excuse me. Yes, Paul H. even gave a shout out to Mr. Towel. That was nice. He's got his own Mr. Towel that he dries with. Forget what else I was going to say. Oh, well, he used it in the recent video where he also uses Taylor Gold Bond Street, I believe it is, peppermint shaving cream. Or, yeah, I believe it's peppermint. Wouldn't mind having some of that myself. I've got a couple of their shaving creams or soaps, but I don't have the peppermint. One of these days I'd like to have a giveaway on this program where somebody could win a conversational shaving brush. Although today I'm obviously not using my conversational shaving brush today. perhaps next time. So many things I intend to do and I don't always get around to them. Like some more midweek videos I wanted to do that might not involve shaving, but might be just for fun videos. I haven't gotten around to doing any more of those in quite some time. A few weeks anyway. Sometimes I'll have the time, but I just won't have the energy to do one of those videos. Like one where I react to a song I've never heard before, or just one where I talk about shaving over a cup of coffee or a nice bottle or can of soda pop or whatever. Haven't done those in a few weeks. I've also in the past done on-the-road videos, just short day trips, things like that. I'll be right back and then we'll go against the grain up there. Okay, here we go. Against the grain. I hope I said against the grain before, that way. I'll start on the neck this time. Anybody get any hobbies besides shaving? I used to collect old radios and replica radios, and the one that often appears at the opening of this, well, at the opening of the videos for this channel, I pulled that out of the closet the other day and got it. Well, I didn't need to do anything to get it to running again. It worked. Had to wait for it to come on because it's a tube radio, and yeah, it didn't used to work as well in this town. It seemed like maybe I was trying to play it at night, because at night the station in this town, I guess it lowers its power so much so as to not interfere with other AM stations. Medium wave, amplitude modulated stations, I can't pick it up here well, even though I'm not terribly far from it. But during the day and in a different room, that radio sounded a lot better. Excuse me. That radio, it's an old Admiral radio from circa 1958. And it had been serviced once. There was a sticker on there still is a sticker on the bottom of it saying where it was serviced. I once went looking for the shop where it was serviced, and of course, it's not there anymore. Something else is there now. It's hard to find a shop that services TVs and radios, especially old radios. They had put in a new capacitor that didn't go with the radio, a large paper capacitor. Whereas the other capacitors in that generation of radio, they're smaller, they're on circuit boards, and so are the tubes. There's no transistors yet. At least they weren't being put in those kind of radios. That model of Admiral radio. So there are what they call mini vacuum tubes, which regular vacuum tubes may be that big and that big around, perhaps, and these vacuum tubes are about yay long and not too big around. Excuse me. An older generation of radio would have been in a wooden or Bakelite case, and would have had big tubes attached to a console, which would fit over a bunch of spaghetti wiring, as they call it, just a bunch of wiring, no circuit boards. Whereas the case on this radio is plastic or plasticon. And let's see. Then I got another tube radio. It came a little bit later, GE radio from 1965. Also AM only, no FM. Also in a plastic case, also with circuit boards and miniature vacuum tubes. The next year, the GE radios, I think they all went to circuit boards with transistors instead of any kind of vacuum tubes. Well, that pass is done. Gonna pop out, pop back in, and it will be pickup time, ladies and gentlemen. A little bit of this soap goes a long way. I still got that much left in the bowl. This still tops pretty good. And yeah, anyway, it's pickup time, everybody. Yay, there's the magical clock. Thank you, magical clock. Okay, welcome to pickup time. I did get a little weeper up here, but I just kind of wiped it, and I think it's mostly gone. Some cold water will take care of any residual blood there, I think. I haven't been paying attention. I hope that when I said I was going to go with, against, across the grain, whatever, I hope I actually shaved in those directions, because I got to talking and thinking about other things. Occasionally I make mistakes along those lines. Pickup time, you can shave any which direction you want, or so is the idea, just to touch up the neck area. And then who's to say you couldn't do a fourth pass and touch up your whole face if you wanted to. I've done that before, kind of by mistake. I've lathered the whole face and ended up touching it up as well. And there's been other times I've needed to do that. Or I get some on my face, some soap or cream, and yeah. Well, I'm going to rinse this and I'm going to go over things just real quick. Go over things again, like the trouble spots. I don't want to go too crazy gilding the lily here. Okay, I'm going to pop out. I'll come back with Mr. Towel. Say hello to our good friend, Mr. Towel. Feels nice. Good to get a good shave in. It's kind of early now. Early Saturday morning. Here, for me, now, it might be late Saturday night or early Sunday morning before this video is edited and posted. Trying to get a jump on the weekend here, I guess. Okay, we'll put Mr. Towel back on the rack because he likes that, and I'll begin a brief recap and put the finishing touches on the shave here. I started out, I prepped my face with 3P cream. Very nice stuff. My razor has been this twist to open, non-adjustable Gillette Red Tip razor. And in there, on its second use, has been a Gillette Stainless blade. Okay, my soap has been this Extro Pirata shaving soap, or cream, I'm not sure which. It's like a crope, really. and it comes in this heavy glass container with a plastic lid. I lathered in this the Captain's Choice, the lighter of the two copper shaving bowls that they have. I lathered with this Zenith boar brush, and let's see, now I'll reach over here and I'm going to apply some of the Thayers Lavender Witch Hazel. Very nice stuff also. Haven't used it in a minute. It's a toner, non-alcohol or non-alcoholic. Very nice. Toners are supposed to be very good for your skin. I've seen them highly recommended by other wet shavers, other traditional shavers especially. And let's see here, having done that, there's that again, the Thayers Lavender Witch Hazel. Now, and for no other reason than to keep in kind of a color coordination, I'm going to put on some of the Myrsol Plastic, which is a very nondescript scent. It's kind of hard for me to describe the scent, but it's not a bad one, and it won't clash with that soap. In an odd sort of way, it will go together very well. Ooh. I've never noticed how much alcohol that stuff must have in it. You need to put some on the wrists and on the temples, behind the ears, back of the neck. I don't usually get a sting from that, but this time I did. So, once again, I'll put the lid back on here. That's the Myrsol Plastic, it's called, shaving cream. I think it's because it's supposed to add a plasticity to your face, I imagine is why they call it that. Finally, we're going to finish with the Prep aftershave balm. So, some of that kind of wants to spill out of there. It's not, well, there it is again. It's kind of a liquid, and it's kind of gone all over my hand there. But, that's okay. I'll just get this going. That has its own nice scent for a balm. Maybe just a little bit medicinal, but I don't think that's going to hurt anything. Especially after the dry down, I don't believe any of this will clash. I've only had products clash once, when I combined a brown one and a blue one, as far as the colors of the labels. That's another story, a long story, I guess. I won't get into it. That's it. I got to get out of here. Thank you for watching, and bye. Peace.